Thank you for joining Kathy with Stampin' Up for a new card, Petal to the Metal. This is a retired stamp set from Stampin' Up. We're going to make a masculine card today. This is the card we're making, Thinking of You. And in the inside, we've put a little quad racing in there. So let's set this aside for right now and we'll get started on our card. This is the supplies that you will need to make the Petal to the Metal card. So if you want to take a screenshot of that and you can reference it to reproduce this card, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so let's get started. We'll pull this aside for right now. We're going to start with our card front, and let's place our Just Jade ink in here. We're going to bring in our quad, and we are going to stamp that on our Whisper White sheet of paper. We're going to stamp one close to the bottom. Oops, I didn't get that one too perfect, but our ribbon is going to go over the top of that, so it'll be all right. Let's try this one a little bit. That was much better. Okay, and then one more towards the top. I'm going to press down firmly and then lift it off. Looks pretty good. This one down here is a little bit not quite right. We're going to set our Just Jade ink aside. We're going to need that again in a minute, but let's do our greeting. We have used the Tasteful Labels dies to cut this particular label out, and we are going to place our Thinking of You greeting right in the center in Daffodil Delight ink. And it looks like we did a pretty good job. So let's set this ink aside and let's work on the inside of our card. And we're going to do a little trick. When I made my original card, I did not mask, and the tire tracks went over the vehicle. So let's do a little masking technique. Let's bring our Just Jade ink back into the camera view, and let's go ahead and stamp our quad onto our inner liner for our card. We're going to stamp it down. Oh, it looks like it went pretty good. Now we're going to bring in a piece of, this is just a Post-it note, and the sticky part is right here. So I'm going to stamp that right like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut along the tires at the bottom, because that's the only place that I really want masked. I'm not going to put tire marks over the top of the vehicle. So if I just cut along the tires at the bottom, that will give me what I want. And instead of doing black tire marks, I'm going to try Daffodil Delight for something different, just for fun. Okay, so let's bring this back into the camera view, and we're going to just lay this right over the top. Just line that up. Then we're going to bring in our Daffodil Delight ink, and this is our tires marks. So we're going to start, let's start right here. And this, we're just making our tire marks. And then if you want, you can do another set right over here. There we go. Now we can lift this up and look, we have our little quad and we have the tire marks, but we don't have them over the top of him. I think it looks really nice. Let's close up our ink now because we're all done stamping. And then we will go to put our card together. Let's set this stuff out of the way. Set our little mask right there. He looks kind of cute. Okay, bring in our Daffodil Delight. This is our matting layer, so we're going to add, let's do liquid glue. We're going to do just a little line of the liquid glue all the way around the outside edge. Once I can get it started coming, I think it's a little bit clogged. Let's fix that. There we go. Now I think it'll work. There. Okay, so we're just making just a little line of the liquid glue on all 4 sides. Then we're going to line this up in the middle of our card base. There we go. Got that. Now we're going to add a piece of ribbon. We're not going to tie a bow because this is a masculine card, but this Just Jade gingham ribbon is not too feminine to put on a masculine card. So we're going to take and cut this so we can get it adhered on. You can use mini glue dots to adhere that. You can use these little mini glue dots like this, or if you have one of these tape runners, Stampin' Seal, that works really good too. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it across because we're going to cover up that area that I kind of didn't get stamped really well. It's not going to show, but we're going to hold that. We're going to add a little bit of Stampin' Seal right there, and let's get a little bit over here. Okay, so we're going to put that down. I'll turn it over and make sure it's straight like we want it. Looks good. Let's add our Thinking of You sentiment that we've stamped. We're going to use our mini dimensionals because we want to put these in the corners so that our ribbon will still flow through the center and it won't be all lopsided when we put it on our card front. Okay, let's put that one right there, and then another one in this corner right here. Whoops, I got it a little bit too far. There we go. Okay, so now these are double-sided, so you want to take the adhesive off the back side so it will stick to our card front. And here we go. Got that all done. Now let's bring in our card base. We're going to open it up and we're going to add some liquid glue to our inner lining of our card. And we're going to do it just like we did the front. We're going to just add a little line of glue on all 4 sides and center it inside your card so you have just an equal amount of border showing on all 4 sides. There we go. We're going to close this up, and then we're going to add our card front, but we want to do that. We're going to pop it up on dimensionals, so we're going to use the larger ones. So let's add, You don't want to be chintzy with them because you don't want your card to be mashed when you send it through the mail to the intended recipient. So here, we've got them all. You want to press them down firmly, and then you're going to take the paper backing off of them. This. And then we're going to stick it on our card front and finish with our embellishments, and then we'll be all done. This one more. Okay, let's center this on our card front. Looks like we got it pretty good, and we want to secure that in place. Okay, now for the fun part. We are going to add these Just Jade gems to the front, and these are from Flowers of Every Season. How we add these, we're going to do a dot of glue everywhere that we want to put one of these. So I'm going to put one right here, one over here, and another one right down here. And I'm going to use the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool, and this helps me lift up the gems and put them in the desired place. There we go. We've got one more to go. Whoops, the putty is sticking to it. It's not coming off. There. I'm going to try this again. There. There we go. Now I think we got it. Okay, now there's all of our gems on our card. This is the one that we just completed together, and this is the one that I did before we got together. I like it better with the little quad masked. You'll have to let me know which one that you like better. If you wanted to use a different color ink for the inside for the tire tracks, you could also use your soft suede. That would look really nice, make it look like dirt. Thank you very much for joining, and have a blessed day. We'll see you soon. Yeah.